Alright, so let's talk about the AC4S from Galcon. This is the outdoor box, completely waterproof and keeps everything nice. So first of all, we're going to take our little key out of the box. We're going to unlock our panel. And then what we want to do is loosen these two screws. And then we're going to go ahead, close our panel back up, and we can flip it this way. Now we have access to all the internals. So first thing I have already done is loosen those two screws, take this panel off to the side, and then wired in my power cord. Cool feature about this is make sure that your power is off before you start doing these things. But you can reach down in here, grab both sides with a pair of needle nose pliers, and bring them up here where you can work on it, which is fantastic. This is our little transformer converting AC to DC. The next step you're going to want to do is you're going to want to wire in your valves. Another really cool feature I like about this unit is you can pop these off. So it has this little unit, so you can go ahead, fish your wire in through your conduit and everything, and look at the unit while you're pushing them in and tightening up your screws to wire in your valves. So valve 1, 2, 3, 4 in this situation, and then your common is going to be that first screw and this other screw. So you got two grounds there, and then you have your sensor, which is your rain sensor. Once again, you just pull that off and it comes right out. You can wire it right in for your rain sensor. All right, and then this plugs in your 9-volt power source to back up your clock timer and everything in case your power goes out or you accidentally unplug your unit. All right, so let's go set the timer. All right, now we've got the unit all plugged in and we can see the timer is flashing. So we have 4 buttons across the bottom of our display. We have the enter button, which will move us to the next setting, whatever that is. The minus and the plus button changes the data. In this situation, it'll change the clock. And then the right button will move us across what we're editing. So right now we're going to edit the clock, and we want to go right arrow, and we want to change this clock to 8 a.m. And so that's good. Then we're going to right arrow. Minutes are good. We're going to right arrow. See the little arrow flashing up onto Monday. We're going to change that to Tuesday. And we're going to go enter. Now, the valve we're going to set first is valve number 1. And so we're good to go there. We're going to press enter. They want to run valve number 1 for 2 minutes. We don't want to do that. We actually are going to mist and propagate with valve number 1. So we're going to go right arrow, and then minus button, that gets us to 0. Right arrow, and then we're going to add 7 seconds onto here. So we're going to run this one cyclically. You can use your user manual if you need to get some more details on that. But we're going to go enter. So we're going to get into the cyclical unit. So we're going to keep pushing the right arrow until we go over. Now it's going to cycle. Do we want to do it once? No, we actually want to cycle every 5 minutes. Once you're done with that, don't press the right arrow. Press the enter button, and that saves it. Now, what time do we want to start? Well, let's have our first start time at 8. So it is currently 8. We're going to right arrow into 8. That's good. We're going to right arrow. We want our first start time to be at 8:05 a.m. Okay? And then we're going to press enter. Now, we don't have a rain sensor, so we're just going to leave all that off. That's fine. We're going to press enter. Now, when will the window open? So this is the window for misting operations. We want our window to open at 8 a.m. So it's possible to start irrigating at 8 a.m. We're actually not going to irrigate until 8:05, but that's fine. And we're going to press enter, and it's going to ask us, when do we want our misting and propagation window to close? We want it to close, so we're going to right arrow to get into edit. We're going to go minus until we close the window at 5 p.m. And then that one is set. So we're going to hit enter. We're not using the manual button in this particular situation, so it's off. And we're going to go back to enter. It tells us it is 8:03 a.m. We're good to go. Now, let's edit valve number 2. Let's do a traditional irrigation for valve number 2. So we're going to go enter. The valve is 1. We press the right button and the plus. That's valve number 2. We're going to press enter. It says, do you want to irrigate for 2 minutes? No, actually, I want to irrigate for 20 minutes on valve number 2 because we've got, let's call it tomatoes. All right, so for our tomatoes, we're going to irrigate for 20 minutes. And we don't, so that's all set. We're going to hit the enter button. We don't have to water that often because it's tomatoes. They're fairly wet right now. So we're going to go right arrow and then right arrow. We're going to go every Tuesday. And so the Tuesday is set. Now we're going to hit the plus button and we're going to right arrow to Friday. So we're going to run 20 minutes every Tuesday and Friday. Then we're going to hit the plus button again to save it. Now that Saturday is flashing, but it won't save that. So you're good to go there, Tuesdays and Fridays. Start time, we're going to run, we do want to start, we only want to irrigate one time. And so we're going to start irrigating at 6 a.m. in the cool of the day, Tuesday and Friday. Set time 6 a.m. Good to go. Press enter on our start 1. Start 2 is off. Start 3 is off. Start 4 is off. We still don't have a rain sensor that we're going to do anything with valve number 2. And we're not doing anything manually. So we are good to go on that. Now let's press enter. Now we have a misting valve, which is valve number 1, and he's going to mist and propagate for 7 seconds every 5 minutes until 5 p.m. today and every day after this until we change our settings. And then we have valve number 2 now on Tuesdays and Fridays at 6 a.m. Valve number 2 is going to come on and it's going to irrigate for 20 minutes. Let's go ahead and set valve number 3. So there's valve number 2. And then we're going to right arrow to start it flashing. We're going to valve number 3 and we're going to hit enter. Now we know we're on valve number 3. Now let's see what we want to do on valve number 3. We want to edit and we want this to run for 30 minutes because we're going to irrigate our grass on this. Let's see, valve number 3 runs for 30 minutes and we're going to run that twice a day. So we're good there. We're going to go ahead and hit enter. Now we also want to run this, we're going to alternate this. So we're not going to run on Tuesday, Fridays. We're going to run on Wednesday, so we right arrowed all the way into that, plus button, and then we're going to right arrow into Saturday, so we're different days, and then we're going to hit the plus button on that, and then the Sunday won't save because it's still flashing. Enter, so the start time on those off days, we're going to start at 6 a.m., and then we're going to press enter on that and it's going to jump up start number 2 and we're going to also irrigate Wednesdays and Saturdays 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. Right arrow, good to go, press enter. setting start time 3 is off. Start time 4 is off. We still are not plugged into a rain sensor. We're not going to use that for number 3. And we're still not doing anything manual. So no manual options there. Leave that off. We're going to press enter. So now we're going right back. We can check our settings. We have another minute and a half before it starts propagating again. So we're on valve number 3. We have 30-minute run time, set on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Start time 6 a.m. Second start time 6 p.m. And then no start time 3, no start time 4, no rain sensor, no manual setting. So we now have 3 different valves running 3 completely different schedules. And our irrigation should start here in 5 seconds. And we are propagating again for our 7-second run every 5 minutes. If you have any other questions, feel free to check out the manual or reach out to us at info@galconc.com is the email. There's our website. Page 12, 13, 14 is normal sprinkler irrigation. Page 15, 16, 17 is cyclical irrigation and how to operate that. So let us know if you have any questions at all. Thanks so much for watching.